dumpster fire. It's dumpster fire time. So, what I will do now, yeah, like the video is already long, but I know, like, welcome, Nuno from the future. Hello, and a very very random. Welcome very much. I'm here to tell you that welcome. Again, like and subscribe. I want you to like and subscribe. Do you know that you don't pay anything for the like and subscribe? Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Today we're gonna do let's teach Tekken devs to do a proper fucking the proper game. So this video will be exactly what the title does say, right? I'm doing a rework on the eat system and how to make it balanced and how to make it fun for the defender and for the fucking attacker. So yes, thank you very much for coming, and I want you to enjoy the video. And remember, enjoy the video. Let's finish the stream after this. Let's finish the stream after this. Well, yeah. So like, I will prove that Tekken do not need any kind of fucking meter to make to have personality. All right, so, let's make sure that people understand that Katsikuchikutsu, Arda, and Michael Murray are just people that don't understand Tekken. Season 2 just shows that, but let's make sure that we can do that. All right, so all right, so this is our boobs, right? This is our boobs. Very good boobs. So, all right, this is Kazumi, right? This is Kazumi. So let's just go back. And Kazumi is a poking character. Kazumi is a poking character, right? And she plays with poking and take low risk, low reward, and she, because of that, deals low damage. Let's go for eat. How would you fucking enter in eat, right? You would enter in eat by poking the opponent without being attacked for 5 attacks. All of those needed to be pokes only, and the moment that you got eaten or touched by any attack or launched an opponent, eat would be lost or disappear. While in eat, the power-up version, let's say that, Kazumi would receive high poke damage, more frames on moves that were only pokes like once, and that kind of thing, like low pokes and that kind of thing. This is a way to force people to play what make a character unique and give her the personality, making every character different. Because you would not want to launch people like you launch every single, like you want to do with every single character. You don't want it to do that with this character. You want it to actually play around with the mind games. Will I keep poking and you will sidestep, making my hit disappear and I lost my opportunity to launch, or you would launch and lose your hit but give a lot of damage. This would force a player to play into a character strength. This would make a person want to play differently every single time that he played another character, because every character would be separated by categories, and that category would give the person that would give that character personality. All right, I think that we make that very clear now. That and you would need to actually play the character pretty well to enter in that state, knowing that Tekken, if I was me, a move that is linear, that is fucking linear, needs to be sidestep both sides. It doesn't matter what it is. You should be able to sidestep to both sides. It's linear. The guy does not fucking do this and you are sidestepping to his fucking hand. No, you are not. You are sidestepping away from it. So if you done that, it should be linear. Only fucking if you want this move to be trackable, you should put track on it. If I do this, it should be only fucking linear. So I would make a game where 80% of the game would be linear, only linear. That would make poking extremely good, but would be extremely hard to pull out. So people that would, people that understand the character would have the edge, because poking is low risk, low fucking reward. Low risk, low reward. But if you entered in it, you would have more fucking rewards on poking and more damage. But if you got touched, bang about. And you could enter and get out from it, not because of timing, that is a constraint out of your fucking power. It's not skill, it's just because the timer just went out, and you could enter because you deserve to get powered up. You deserve to get powered up. That would allow people to show the skill and allow people to express their fucking skill without bounds and restrictions. You could get in, and then after fucking 10 seconds, you got the fucking you got your turn back. You sidestep or whatever, and you got your turn back, and you started poking, and after 5 attacks or 10, whatever, like dealing 5 attacks, it is basically already hard if you could sidestep 80% of the moves in the game. But if you were able to do it, that would allow you to get a power up, and that again, like 80% of the fucking moves could be fucking sidesteppable. That would allow people to prevent the character to enter in fucking heat, allowing a mutual fucking dance between the person that would attack and the person that was in the defense. The defensor was defending, but he had the power to prevent Kazumi from entering in a state of absolute power up. Not fucking absolute power up, like this is not even fucking that good, but it's a more fucking power up version of the character, and would force the person that is playing Kazumi in this case to condition the opponent to play in a certain way for it to receive 5 attacks, and that would allow it to enter. Like, so this could make the defensor and the fucking attacker to play around and force their own play gameplay into the other one. And because nobody could play the same, because you don't have a button, and that would not give you overpower fucking mechanics or just combos. This character, depending on the fucking state of the battle or the game plan, it would force him to take the high risk and the high reward of not launching the person and keep poking, or launch and take the damage. Right. This is a very balanced way to make a game. Like, it's specifically in Tekken. Now let's go to fucking Kazuya. That is another character that I play now, so I know more or less what I'm fucking talking about. Kazuya. Kazuya is a 50-50 vortex character, right? A 50-50 vortex. This means that what defines him is a 50-50 wave, a strong movement, and a strong punishment. To enter in it, you needed to do at least 5 50-50 vortex, and that means wave, 5 mix-ups, and I think that, to be fair, you did not need to land all of them. Protecting or not, you would enter in fucking eat. No. Sorry, but no. No, yes. You needed to go for 5 mix-ups where 50-50 vortex would be necessary, and then that would mean a strong movement, wave, or one punish, and that needed to be the perfect electric. If you could sidestep, backdash, and you could perfect electric, you could enter right away into fucking it. And this means that you could play 2 different Kazuyas. Skill expression, let's say that. If you decided to go for a 50-50 vortex, you could decide your opponent would really need to force him to sidestep or duck a high or a fucking low, or not duck but jump a low, or parry low. And if that is the case, protecting or not is still fair, because Kazuya, you can always sidestep everything that he do from wave. Of course, then he can fucking do a fucking tracking move that would stop you, but that is mental game. So yeah, so that would be fair. You needed to do at least 5 mix-ups. 5 mix-ups from 50-50 vortex wave, or 1 punish, and that would be strict for a perfect electric. A perfect electric punishment. And that could give you, depending on the way that you fucking start your heat, right? Because if you do punish, you would launch your opponent. Getting it would be different, and that is your power-up version would give you stronger 50-50, aka plus frames, so your opponent would really be forced to sidestep or low parry, and that plus frames would be only on wave attacks. And of course, it would, if you got that, you would have high damage, fuck me, bro. Like higher damage. So if you were able to meet these two parameters, you would have stronger 50-50s, aka plus frames on only wave, because we want you to play Kazuya because of the wave, and you can enter in any attack by wave. So you needed to start the wave, and then every attack would have this property. So skill, you would need to get skill, or else you would not be able to maximize the character. Skill expression, and you would have higher damage if you started with the fucking one punish, that being the perfect electric. So that would allow the fucking opponent to sidestep if you want it, or low parry if he was entangled in a 50-50 vortex, or if a guy was trying to attack and knowing that the guy was good with Kazuya, he would play more safer, because one punish would mean that he could enter in a fucking power-up version, and I could say that he could enter in Devil, of course, let's say that, and get a few new moves, but not that much. And again, the moment that he stopped mixing up, the moment the person touched him or attacked him, he would lose his hits. So this character is more complex, because you basically needed to master wave. But when you master wave into any attack, you could bring the berserk from fucking Kazuya. But the fucking defender would have all possibilities to absolutely stop you from going into the berserk mode, quote unquote, because it's not a lot. Like, I'm saying plus frames, but the plus frames would allow the other person always to sidestep. Like, that is not your turn, but you could sidestep. So plus, I think that you can sidestep until +5. No, +3s. +3 or +5. I think it's +5, but maximum is +5, because you can always sidestep from +5 on +5 downwards. So it's still fair. Like, he has plus frames, but you are not destined to just fucking get there and just take it all. Like, so the defender can stop you from going into the eat mode, or the moment that you enter in eat mode, he still has defensive options. But you would get fucking rewarded by playing the character. What makes him unique, and the opponent would be rewarded by knowing what the character does and stop you before you get the chance of gaining that power up. And again, this would be a skill-based fucking mechanic, where you needed to know how to play the character in order to enter. It's rewarding, and you could enter multiple times depending on the situation and how good you were. So it's a mechanic where you could definitely not spend a lot of time in, and that would definitely enhance the fucking experience of one's character, because every character would experience this hit mode differently. Let's say that fucking this character would behave differently from another Pokken character, because Kazumi has different attacks that work differently than another character. So everything that you do would be different, behave different, because the character works different than the other. The same as fucking Kazuya, Heihachi, Devil Gene. So everything would have the same entry-ish. I would put different, but I know that it's hard to do, so this is just a bare bones fucking thing. But this could allow the defender and the attacker to have that kind of thing. So yeah, like I think that just with 2 characters, I think that I done a better. I think I did a good job in fucking explaining how EAT could be integrated better than what the fuck that shit is. Like for example, Lydia. Lydia is a so in Tekken 7, Lydia had 4 stances. I don't know the name, but I know what is it. When you enter in one stance, you basically needed to sacrifice the all fucking moves from this stance to move for the next one. So if you attacked in this stance, the next stance would not exist, so you attack. And you needed to get in another stance to then decide if you would attack in this one or go for another. That would benefit you by doing that. You know why? Because if you were able to do, you could be able to switch between stance while attacking. So you could cancel the fucking attack here. So cancel the attack and then move to the second stance and then attack and then cancel this attack to another fucking stance in it mode and all in it mode, and that could only be possible if you entered in a stance, attacked, and eating the target. So basically all the moves that were in stance would only give you frames and maybe counterattack if you wanted them to just be launched, but nothing too crazy. And then when you get in 8, you could cancel attacks to stances and stances to fucking attacks, and that all mix up would become Lydia. But again, Lydia, it's very linear, so basically your opponent could sidestep at any moment, and the moment that they touch you, you lose that fucking power up. So I think that she would not need any plus frames or more damage, because that is already a lot. So she would be the same character, but with the capability of canceling everything into a stance, and that stance to an attack, and that attack to a stance. That would be very cool. So Tekken 7 in the beginning, and then when you enter, you could get a more powerful mix-up stance character than Tekken 8, and that would be very cool. Like, so you would have all the fucking attacks, everything in the since the beginning, and if you knew how to play the character, you would have a great fucking enhancer if you done what the character is supposed to do. You should not fucking press a button here. You should not press a fucking button and go kaboom. You should not be able to press a button and then go kaboom. So yeah, like, I think I done a great job. Like, I think I done a great job on fucking explaining a better way to use it. Like King, for example. King. Yeah, but let's talk about King. Like, King is one of the most one of the most disappointing characters in this game. He's a grappler. King is a grappler, right? King is a grappler. He grabs. He does a lot of power crushes because he's a grappler. Wow, wow, booga booga booga, right? And he does a lot of combo grabs. Those fucking little things that he loves to do. To enter in a fucking each state, you basically needed to you needed to sacrifice your life by getting it 3 times, while in Power Crush, most likely your muscle armor to get right onto your own fucking beautiful mix-ups. Or do 3 grabs in a row without ever doing anything like pokes or lows. 3 grabs in a row without being basically touched or doing any other attack but grabs. Alright. So if you were able to do that, you would have more damage on every grab you could do, and no damage while using power. That would give King the fucking identity that the devs want to give, that he's a big muscly man that can take fucking attack, while forcing the players that use King to actually grab and not just use counter hits or attacks that actually just make him not a grappler at all, or makes him a grappler plus the all benefits of other characters. So if you wanted to get into the power-up version that could not just give more damage or cheap damage or whatever that shit is, that would only give you more damage on grabs and no damage while you were using muscle armor or other fucking power crush attacks. And this hit mode or this power-up version would disappear the moment that you were touched, or you would get launched. So that would force people to know all the grabs and be wary that you would use muscle armor every single time in the fucking match. And 3 attacks in the fucking muscle armor, it's very fucking easy. So that is crazy. That is crazy. So yeah, like, you would benefit a lot of using power crushes. That would be a thing that you would want to do a lot, and that would make you very unique, and you would be forced to be a grappler, not a counter character, not a fucking mix-up character, not that kind of bullshit. And you would be forced to use grabs, 3 grabs in a row, mix-up, whatever. And I would say that I love the idea that the devs did, but not the way that they did. So grapplers, so they would receive damage, permanent damage, if the opponent, if the fucking opponent breaks the grab. So this one would be very, very high risk, high fucking reward to give this power up. But if they got fucking broken, they would receive like 2 fucking damage, whatever. Not to be that punishing, but that would make a King. And if you entered in the power-up version, that damage that you receive when your throws were broken would just completely vanish. So no damage while using power crushes, that is one of your basic things, and you would not fucking get damage when your opponent breaks your throws. Like, that would force the character, the fucking player to basically play this to get this here. And of course that the defender would have all the fucking opportunities to stop the player that wants to get into the power-up state version to not get in. So this would be something that you would enter and get out, enter and get out. The matches would be very dynamic because the fucking defender would try his best to not allow you to get into this power-up version. And you, as the fucking attacker, would try your best, your very fucking best, to condition your fucking opponent to accept that you would allow yourself to get into the power-up state version. Like, I think that I done a lot of fucking... I think I did a very good job in demonstrating this, and I think that I think I did a better job than the devs, creating a system where you get power-up, very nice, and the fucking offender... the fucking offensive player and the defensive player are rewarded, and the matches would be like I think I did a very good job. And I think that all the characters are very balanced in the way that they get into the power-up version, and while they are in the power-up versions, they are not that insane, bro. They are not that insane. Like, Lydia, fucking example, is very good. Like, she's basically the same, but with insane mix-up, because she's a stand... because she's a stance character, mix-up. Kazumi, it's a poking character, so she would have high poking damage, more frames on only pokes. Because Suya would have a stronger 50-50 frames, and that would only be on the wave attack. So you needed to start every fucking mix up with a fucking wave and a higher damage. If you add the perfect electric, you would enter in the power up version. A punish with you needed to punish with a perfect electric to get into the and King. You needed to get it in the muscle armor or fucking power crush. It doesn't really matter. 3 times, or grab 3 times in a row, and then you would get all basically almost all the weaknesses, quote unquote, would disappear. Knowing that if all of those characters that I just mentioned, if you got fucking sidestep, if you got poked in a low poke, if you got grabbed, if anything happened to you, that would disappear right away. So that would force your opponent, your fucking opponent that was defending, even when they could not stop you from getting into the power-up version, they still had control. They still had control to stop and force you to go back to your normal state. But that would not mean that they would be safe from it, because if you got control again from the match, if you got control of the match again, you would get the power up again. So the defensor is in power, the fucking opponent, the fucking attacker is in power, and the matches would go like the matches would flow better. So yeah, I think that I done a fantastic job here. Comment in the leave a comment thinking what you think about that. I think I done a great job, to be honest, but I want to know your opinion. Leave a like and subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what do you think about that. And yeah, with that, pimps, pimperonis, and everyone in between. Thank you very much for coming. I am very terrified of what Tekken is becoming, and I don't believe that Tekken will survive a long-lasting fucking season. I don't know what to say, but yeah, like I'm very concerned with that. But I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you liked it. And I hope that I see you next time. Thank you very much. And I'm peace the fuck out. Bye.